अब जाके कहीं हमने सर पे ये केसरी रंग सजाया है।
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. It's a great occasion today. What we are celebrating is an achievement by the Sikh soldier organisation based in Huddersfield that we've actually been going to be officially presented today with the King's Award, which is an award of the highest accolade you can get for any voluntary organisation, which is equivalent to an MBE. This would never have happened without my great colleagues in the committee of the Sikh soldier organisation. And let's make it very clear, it is very important for this event because what we are trying to do is highlight the contribution made by not only the Sikh soldiers but all the soldiers from the Commonwealth who gave their lives for this great nation during the world wars. It is imperative that we have to keep their history alive, and it's a legacy that we are going to leave behind today, that we are going to be given the King's Award, which is the most auspicious award and which is going to be presented by His Majesty's Lord Lieutenant Ed Anderson today in the presence of all the audience. वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह.
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. आप जी सारी साध संगत अते जिन्ने भी अपने सिख जिंदे भी सानू सुन रहे ने उन्होंने बहुत बड़ा मान होएगा अज कि सानू ये किंग्स अवार्ड इस कंट्री विच सानू मिल रहा हैगा, जिहड़ा बहुत बड़ा हैगा, जिहड़ा MBE दे मुकाबले विच हैगा आ. ते इस करके हैगा जी कि साडे जिहड़े सिखां दी कुर्बानियां, जिहड़े कॉमनवेल्थ देश दी कुर्बानियां सीगियां, उन्होंने बहुत टाइम तो भुल्ले बैठे सीगे. ते असी चाहते हैं कि आने वाली जी सारी जनरेशन आ ते आने वाला जड़ा साडा यूथ हैगा कम से कम इस गल नूं जरूर याद रखे कि साडियां सिखां दीयां बहुत कुर्बानियां इंडिया विच ही नहीं पर बाहर वाले देशों च, ब्रिटेन विच, होर भी काफ़ी जगहों च उन्होंने अपनी कुर्बानियां दित्तियां होई ने. ते उन्हां दीयां कुर्बानियां नाले उन्हां दे परिवारां दीयां बहुत बड़ियां कुर्बानियां जिन्हां ने छोटे छोटे जवान बच्चे अपने इस कंट्री नूं भेजे सीगे. ते अज उस वास्ते जड़ा असी उपरावा किता सीगा ताकि इस जगह ते पता लगे कि साडियां कुर्बानियां की सीगियां. इस करके असी एक बहुत बड़ा सिख सोल्जर स्टैचू बनवाया सीगा जिहड़ा ग्रीन हेड पार्क विच हडर्सफील्ड विच हैगा आ. ते अज सानू उसका अवार्ड, उसका मान दे रहे ने कि उस विच जिहड़ा हैगा कि सानू किंग्स अवार्ड देन लगे ने अज. ते इस करके तुहानू सारिਆਂ ਨੂੰ बहुत बधाई दे पात्र ने. नाले जिहड़े सिख सोल्जर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, जिहड़े सारे सदस्य ने, उन्होंने बहुत बड़ा उपराला किया है कि साडे आने वाली जनरेशनां नूं अभी सुना सकीए.
जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. हाँ जी, अज असी आए हैं इत्थे सानू किंग्स अवार्ड मिली आ, Sikh soldier organisation. We are based in Huddersfield and we put one of the first war memorials up, which was in Huddersfield in Greenhead Park, and a lot of it, along with all the members, we've been working very hard, tirelessly for the last 15 years to get involved in this. And also I've got my own little story. ਸਾਡੇ great grandfather ਕਪੂਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਭੁੱਲਰ ਪਿੰਡ ਭੁੱਲਰ ਚੋਂ 1914 ਚ ਵਰਲਡ ਵਾਰ 1 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਥ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ. 21 ਫੌਜੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਪਿੰਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਪਿੰਡ ਭੁੱਲਰ ਚੋਂ ਗਏ ਸੀਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਵਾਪਸ ਵੀ ਆ ਗਏ ਸੀਗੇ. ਸੋ ਇਹ ਸਾਡਾ ਮੇਰਾ ਕਨੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਵੀ ਹੈਗਾ ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ. ਤਾਂ ਬਾਕੀ we just want to raise awareness of all the Sikh soldiers ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਸਾਥ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਵਰਲਡ ਵਾਰ 'ਚ.
My name is Rajan Samra. I am the General Secretary of the SIKH Soldier Organisation, and we are proud to be here today to receive the King's Award. And the King's Award is a special thing that we deserve because of the effort that we put in. But most of all, the people who really deserve it are all the soldiers who came all the way from Punjab. My great-great-grandfather came here, my great-grandfather came here and served with his brother and his cousin and one other person Two of them, my great-grandfather and my cousin, his cousin, returned back to Punjab. The other two didn't. And that's a great sacrifice he and thousands of people made in those times and in the Second World War as well. And each and every one of them should be remembered. And it should be remembered in every history book around the world.
Hi, good evening. It's a great honour that we have today two deputy lieutenants with us, Sophia Bunsey and Nikki Charles Thompson. They would like to pay a tribute not only to the Sikh soldiers but to all the soldiers of the Commonwealth. I'll now pass it over to them.
I think we're very honoured, both of us, to be here today in recognition of the efforts of the Sikh Soldier Organisation. I think today pays a tribute to all those Commonwealth soldiers that have sacrificed their lives and sacrificed so much, but for a long period of time have remained invisible. And not a part of the history that perhaps we have been taught. So it's wonderful to be here to see an initiative like this that will contribute to understanding, or not just our understanding, but the understanding of future generations around those that gave their life so selflessly, or those that contributed so selflessly to the World War efforts.
And as Sophia said, this is a tribute to all the Commonwealth soldiers, and just really our thanks to everybody that's been involved in this important project, and the award is much deserved, and it's a real privilege to be here this evening. Thank you for inviting us.
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਮੈਂ ਕੁਲਦੀਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਬਰਾੜ ਹਡਸਵੀਲ ਤੋਂ ਬੋਲਦਾ। ਮੇਰੇ ਪੜਦਾਦਾ ਜੀ ਮਿਲਟਰੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬ੍ਰਿਟਿਸ਼ ਆਰਮੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹੇ ਆ। ਇਸੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਮਰੱਬੇ ਮਿਲੇ ਸੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਾਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਉਸ ਵਾਰ 7 ਮਰੱਬੇ ਵਾਲਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਪੜਦਾਦਾ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ, ਪਰ ਉਦੋਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ 3 ਮਰੱਬੇ ਮਿਲੇ ਸੀ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ, ਤੇ ਬਾਕੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨੰਬਰਦਾਰ ਦਾ ਮਰੱਬਾ ਮਿਲਿਆ। ਮਿਲਟਰੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਯੋਗਦਾਨ ਪਾਇਆ, ਜਮਾਦਾਰ ਸੀਗੇ ਉਹ। ਇੰਨਾ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਮੈਂ, ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਪ੍ਰਾਊਡ ਫੀਲ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਜੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਸੋਲਜਰ ਦਾ ਸਟੈਚੂ ਲਾ ਕੇ ਹਡਸਵੀਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪ ਦਾ ਕੰਮ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤਾ, ਔਰ ਗਾਂ ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਲਈ ਇਹ ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਤੌਰ 'ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ। ਇੰਨਾ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਦਾ ਜਾਚ ਕਰਾਂ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
Hello, my name's Harps Kaur, and today I am going to be hosting the incredible charity dinner and dance here at the Aria Suite in Leeds, all organised by the Sikh Soldier Organisation. Inna ku main keh sakdi haan, bahut sona lagda hai ki aapa sare ikkathe ho ke we're going to celebrate something which is very special. This doesn't happen to everyone. Aaj in front of everyone we are going to have some very special guests handing out the King's Award for the Sikh Soldier Organisation, and that's something that is very, very, very special. Saaryan nu nahi milda hai, and this is all because of all the hard work that they have put into the community. Jinna ye sara karte they are voluntary basis te. It's really, really nice to celebrate that in one space. So yeah, it's going to be a good night. Je tusi ithe aaye hoye ya, then I really do hope that you have a good time. Je tusi nahi aaye, then please next time jarur aayo, because iddan diyan cheezain te we should support one another, hai na? That's how we go further. So thank you so much to SIKH Channel for being here, and I'll speak to you soon.
Sat Sri Akal. My name is Warrant Officer Ashok Kumar Chauhan from the British Army, part of the engagement team. I'm deeply honoured and really appreciate to get an invitation to the Sikh soldier for their wonderful achievement for the King's Awards. I'm so happy for them to win this award. It's well deserved. And it's very important to have this event, because to understand that the youngsters, the contribution of what people did in World War I and II, so they can strive and do something in life for the community. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Harps and I am going to be your host for this evening. Now, on behalf of the Sikh Soldier Organisation, I would like to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to each and every one of you for attending our charity dinner and dance tonight. Now, your presence here tonight is not just a testament to your generosity, but it's also a powerful statement of solidarity with our mission in mind. Now, it's with immense pride and joy that I stand before you today to share some truly remarkable news. The Sikh Soldier Organisation has been honoured with the prestigious King's Award for their unwavering commitment and hard work in serving our community and supporting our veterans. Now, this recognition is not just a reflection of their efforts, but a testament to the dedication of each and every one of you here tonight. It's your support, your belief in our mission, and your tireless contributions that have made this achievement possible tonight. So thank you. Now, together we have worked to uplift our heroes and their families, ensuring they receive the respect and assistance that they deserve. Now, as we celebrate this honour, let us remember that this is not the end of our journey, but rather a stepping stone towards even greater accomplishments. We are inspired to continue our work, knowing that we have such a compassionate and committed community standing beside us. Now, later this evening, we will hear from some of our distinguished guests, followed by the King's Award presentation, as well as music, entertainment, a raffle for you to take part in, and of course, a 3-course meal, which I'm sure you're all very excited to taste. Now, thank you for being a part of this incredible journey. Let's celebrate this achievement together. But first, if I could please kindly ask for you to all stand for a moment of reflection. Let us take 2 minutes to honour and remember our brave soldiers. And in silence, we pay tribute to their sacrifices and their dedication. Thank you. Please take to your seats. Now, a bit of a proud moment, not just for everyone in the room, but for me too. I'd now like to invite my father on stage. Now, most of you may know him as Tim Buller, the chairman of the Sikh Soldier Organisation, to come up and share a few words, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. And Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. We welcome to you this wonderful dinner dance event. Tonight, we gather not only to celebrate, but to honour the remarkable achievements of the Sikh Soldier Organisation. It is with immense pride and joy that we receive the King's Award for Community Service, a testament to the unwavering dedication and impactful work of our incredible group and my members. The Sikh Soldier Organisation has long been a beacon of hope, resilience and community spirit. From commemorating the brave Sikh soldiers and the soldiers from all the Commonwealth who have sacrificed their lives in the world wars to support local initiatives that foster unity and understanding, this organisation has consistently demonstrated the highest standards of service and commitment. Our journey has been one of remembrance and recognition. The unveiling of a Sikh Soldier Memorial in Greenhead Park, Huddersfield, stands as a powerful symbol of the bravery and sacrifices made by all the soldiers. It reminds us daily of the courage and valour of those who fought for freedom and justice, often far from their homeland. And a lot of them have never been recognised and never got back home. We as an organisation have travelled the length and breadth of the country to attend conferences, seminars, exhibitions and unveiling ceremonies. The purpose of this is to give us a better understanding what is needed to make people of all faiths have a better understanding of the contribution of every soldier who has fought in the battlefields. A few examples of the places where our committee members have been to try and understand what the Sikh soldiers and all the other soldiers from the Commonwealth achieved and did during these wars. The Royal Military Academy at Sandhurst, where you would be surprised to see the Indian Army Memorial Room, which is an eye-opener. If none of you have been, I would recommend you go there. And it was a great thank you, really, to Ashok Chauhan, who's the warrant officer who is here today, who invited us to Sandhurst. And we could not believe what we saw inside the memorial. The bravery of our soldiers, which unfortunately, I would say even 90% of the people sitting here would not know, is all displayed there very clearly, and is a symbol of unity and what we have done for the country where we live today. The Kshatriya Memorial, which is a war memorial in Brighton, where 53 Indian soldiers fought for the British Empire, who were actually cremated during the First World War. Hampton Court Palace, where even today there is a fantastic exhibition taking place, and we have with us Tejpal Singh here, who is one of the founders in trying to get this exhibition there, and has been a great success. I urge people to go and see these exhibitions, because people put a lot of effort into it, and it's an understanding that all of us should have and never forget the bravery of our soldiers. The Sikh Soldier Organisation have now got a Sikh soldier silhouette in the palace gardens, all because of the great help that Tejpal and his friends had done for us to achieve that. I have personally, with my daughter Harps and Sonny the cameraman, have been interviewing veterans and their families who fought in the world wars. And when you go to them and you do an interview with them, yeah, it is that emotional, and it's very hard to take of what they've gone through. And unfortunately, I have no shame in saying that most of them have been forgotten, their stories have been untold. It is our duty to tell their stories. And that is a reason, one of the main reasons why we are here today, that we all have to help each other to try and make people understand and give these soldiers and these veterans the recognition that they deserve. Even the Commonwealth Graves Commission has mentioned that we need to do more to give every soldier the same recognition that they deserve. As Guru Nanak Dev Ji, the founder of Sikhism, wisely said, "Truth is the highest virtue, but higher still is truthful living." This principle has guided our actions and inspired us to serve our community with integrity and compassion. As I came this evening into this venue, I saw a menu on the table. And unknown to us, to any one of us, if you have a look, there are two soldiers on the front of this menu. And there's one of the soldiers who is holding and sitting down and has got a mic in his hand. And what a coincidence it is that the place where we are having this venue, it is Rav's grandfather who fought in the World War. His name was Bhagwan Singh, Tokar of World War II, and he fought in Italy and was given a special bravery award. I mean, what a coincidence that is, that none of us even knew that. These are the sort of things that we have to tell the story of these brave soldiers, and it's so important to do that. Tonight's charity dinners event is not just a celebration, it is a vital fundraiser to support our ongoing efforts. We aim to continue educating communities, raising the profile of our organisation, and expanding our work across the country. By attending events and engaging with people from primary schools to university level, we strive to raise awareness of the significant contributions made by the Commonwealth, including the Sikh soldiers during the World Wars. It is your generous support tonight that will enable us to further our mission, ensuring that the legacy of these brave soldiers is remembered and honoured. Together, we can make a lasting impact and continue to build a more informed and united community. And I'm not really ashamed to say that, unfortunately, you'll be very lucky to find anything in the history books that what these soldiers did from the Commonwealth and the Sikh soldiers. I would like to thank all the members of my committee who are working on this project, because without them, this award would never have been achieved. It is a joint effort, and everybody has pulled together and will continue to do so to make it even bigger and better, but a lot of hard work will need to be done. I must also thank members who are no longer committee members, but helped us during the early periods, and they were Ranjit Man, Amandeep Kuna, Manjeet Kang, Baldev Gill, who sadly passed away. And I must also thank Sue Bevan, who was the chairman of the Royal British Legion, retired Major Stephen Armitage, chair of the Veterans Association, Derek Cross from SAFA, ex-mayor Jim Dodds of Kirklees, and Bob Mortimer, who was long-standing official of the British Legion, who sadly passed away. Without the help of these people, I believe we would have struggled to get the statue or the memorial at Greenhead Park. Thank you to each and every one of you for your support and dedication. Let us not forget, these are the soldiers and these are the family members who are still, some of them are around. And it is our duty to keep their stories alive. And it's very important that this subject has to carry on, and all of us can only do this together. Thank you for your support, and enjoy the evening, and let us celebrate this momentous occasion with joy and pride. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Timbulla. I'd now like to invite Ed Anderson, His Majesty Lord Lieutenant of West Yorkshire, to share a few words, please.
Well, good evening, everybody. Madam Mayor of Kirklees, Chairman Tim, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and I should say deputy lieutenants. We have a few in the room. It's an absolute pleasure for me to be here this evening. I'm going to say a few words now, and then we'll have the other speeches, and then I'm going to come back and make the presentation of the award. I'm not sure whether everyone in the room knows what a Lord Lieutenant is, so very briefly, I have the privilege of being the Lord Lieutenant of West Yorkshire, and every county has a Lord Lieutenant appointed by the King to be his personal representative in the county. And I've held this role for nearly 7 years. I'm assisted in my duties by a Vice Lord Lieutenant, who is Helen Thompson from Kirklees, and a number of Deputy Lieutenants, currently about 60, I believe. We've just had some retirements in number spread across the county. And a number of DLs, as we call them, are here this evening, at least 5 I've counted on my way in. During my time as Lord Lieutenant, I've tried to make the lieutenancy more representative of our county, and I'm proud to say that we have 3 Sikh DLs, Balbir Panasar, Jaz Atwal, and Kuldip Baj. So I'm delighted to see a number of my DLs here this evening, including Kevin Sharp, who's on the stage, who is a DL and is also the very long-standing clerk to the lieutenancy. Kevin will be speaking later, actually wearing the hat of one of my assessors for the King's Award for voluntary service, and he will also speak as patron of this charity. West Yorkshire is the 3rd largest county outside London, with 2.3 million people and a wonderful diversity in every sense of that word. We have 3 cities, many large and smaller towns, large villages, smaller villages, wonderful countryside, a very mixed economy, still with plenty of manufacturing, including a significant textile sector, financial and business services, and a thriving digital and new media sector. We have a rich and diverse cultural offer, and of course, I have to mention that Bradford is currently the UK City of Culture 2025. We also have a thriving voluntary and community sector. It's been estimated that we have some 14,000 voluntary groups, charities, and community associations across our county. They do an incredible job holding our society together. And we saw this very clearly during COVID, when a wave of kindness was unleashed across our county. The need for the work of the voluntary sector was very clear then, but the need for it does not end, and it didn't end with COVID. Day in and day out, right across our county, the voluntary sector, with its army of volunteers, steps up to provide the glue that holds our society together. After our other speakers have spoken, I shall be back to present the award. But first, I just want to say a word about my experience and my feelings as I've engaged with the Sikh community during my time in office. I should start by saying that my father served in the British Army for some 37 years. So I was brought up in a military family. My father had immense admiration for Sikhs, and he often spoke about his great respect for their bravery, determination, and loyalty. One of my most memorable engagements was the unveiling of the superb Sikh soldier statue in Greenhead Park in November 2019. We won't go on about how cold it was that day. Everyone remembers it. However, what warmed our hearts on that day was firstly remembering, recognizing, and paying tribute to the incredible contribution by Sikh soldiers in the 2 world wars. And secondly, our hearts were warmed by recognizing the immense voluntary effort by the Sikh Soldier Organization, both in terms of your ongoing work to raise the profile of Sikh soldiers' contribution and your determination and perseverance in navigating all the fundraising and planning hurdles to achieve what is a truly magnificent memorial. Before closing, may I pay tribute once again to the committee and everyone involved with the Sikh Soldier Organization. You collectively were the driving force behind this project to get the statue in Greenhead Park. You have also organized today's event. And of course I know, as has been said, you do not rest on your laurels. The work goes on. And as I've said, it is my privilege this evening to salute the richness of the contribution of our large and vibrant Sikh community that we have, not just in Huddersfield, but also across West Yorkshire. So in conclusion, thank you so much for inviting me here today for this very special event. Congratulations and thanks again to the Sikh Soldier Organization for everything that you do. I'm pleased to add my full support to the campaign to continue to raise awareness for the wonderful contribution of the Sikh soldiers during the World Wars. And I shall be back a bit later to present you with your award. Thank you.
So much once again to Lord Lieutenant of West Yorkshire, Ed Anderson. I'd now like to call up Kevin Sharp, Deputy Lieutenant and Patron of the Sikh Soldier Organisation, to come and share a few words, please.
Lord Lieutenant, Madam Mayor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I think this all started in 2013 when Calvilda, as I knew him then, Tim, as I know him now, was at a remembrance service in Huddersfield. marking the part his grandfather had played during the war, when he was asked by a member of the public, "What are you doing here marching on Remembrance Day?" This resulted in the formation of the Sikh Soldier Organisation, and with the support of the Army, the Royal British Legion, the Yorkshire Regiment and Kirklees Council, a journey of education and the commissioning of a sculpture began. The sculpture costing £65,000 and taking almost 10 years and over 500 meetings eventually brought the Sikh soldier together. And as has already been said, when I first met Tim, it was to ask if the Lord Lieutenant could do the honour of unveiling the Sikh soldier. The next time I met Tim, along with the organisation, was at the King's Award for Voluntary Service Assessment Procedure. When I saw this one come into the Lieutenancy office, there was no one else going to get a look in as far as the assessment was concerned. So off I went with my colleague, Deputy Lieutenant John Hammond Booth, who unfortunately can't be here this evening as he's returning from travelling home from overseas, or he hopes he is, depending on flights. It is this assessment procedure that I was to learn the history has rarely highlighted the role that the Indian soldiers played in supporting and fighting with British forces. It is estimated that 1.5 million soldiers, Sikh, Hindu and Muslim, volunteered to fight throughout the Western Front. Mesopotamia, Gallipoli, Egypt, Africa, and with that number, 50,000 of these brave men died, 65,000 were wounded, 10,000 were reported missing, and with this number, 98 Indian Army nurses were also killed. Such was the tenacity and bravery of the Sikh soldier in the first Battle of Ypres at Flanders in 1914. A platoon of Dogra Sikhs died fighting to the last man, who actually shot himself with his last cartridge so that he wouldn't be taken prisoner. So, attending the assessment procedure and gathering all the information, we were left with the hard bit to do. And that was writing the assessment in such a way that it told a story of sadness, doggedness, and tenacity, such as were displayed by those Dogra Sikhs, followed by happiness when the Sikh soldier came home to Huddersfield. Because we were telling this story to a board of members in London who made the final decision as to what was going to happen, whether the award would be given or not. And so, as I say, that story had to be told in such a way that it read correctly, it gave all the information that was required, and that they would have a very, very difficult job on their hands to discount it. But that was the hard bit, because we were sending that down to a group of faceless people. I can say tonight that it must have been a good story that we sent down. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here celebrating the way we are. But for me, it didn't just stop at carrying out the assessment. It went further. I was given the incredible honour by Tim and the Sikh Soldier organisation when I was asked to become patron of the organisation, which I readily accepted with great pride and excitement. And for me, having talked about the numbers and everything right at the start of this, and the history, now I'm patron, my history lesson continues. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Deputy Lieutenant Kevin Sharp, but we also have the Mayor of Kirklees in our presence today. Please, can I ask Nosheen Dad to come up on stage and share a few words, please?
Lord Lieutenant, distinguished guests, good evening. It's an honour to be with you this evening to recognise the incredible achievement of the Sikh Soldier organisation in receiving the King's Award for Voluntary Service. This, as you've already heard, is the highest award a local voluntary group can receive here in the UK and is equivalent to an MBE. We link in with the organisation at Remembrance Time to ensure the stories of Sikh soldiers who served in the armed forces are not forgotten. Members of the organisation are actively involved in these events which commemorate the bravery and sacrifices of all those who served in the two world wars. As we know, many service personnel gave the ultimate sacrifice during the two world wars, not just from this country, but from across the Commonwealth. These were wars that impacted people across the globe. Those of different faiths and backgrounds fought side by side to defend the freedoms we have today. The King's Award recognises how the Sikh Soldier Association works tirelessly to tell these stories and keep them alive. We have a unique range of different cultures and religions in Kirklees, all with their individuality, but also working together to promote harmony and understanding. It is one of our biggest strengths, and a strength I am very proud of. The Sikh Soldier statue, unveiled in 2019, stands proudly in Greenhead Park as a reminder not just about the sacrifices that were made by those soldiers, but reminds us about the hard work that the organisation does and how we can unite as a community. The Sikh Soldier organisation is truly deserving of the King's Award, and on behalf of the people of Kirklees, I would like to congratulate them and thank everyone involved for the invaluable work that they do. So on behalf of everyone at Kirklees, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much to the Mayor of Kirklees, Nosheen Dad. Up next, from the Sikh Pioneers Association, Punjab Heritage Association and National Sikh War Memorial Trust, I'd like to invite Dr. Tejpal Ralmil.
His Majesty, Lord Lieutenant, Madam Mayor, ladies and gentlemen, Chairman Tim, Deputy Lieutenant and distinguished guests, I'm privileged to have been invited by the Chair of the Sikh Soldier Organisation to share my thoughts on the Sikh contribution to both major conflicts of the 20th century and why it is important that we remember this today. On March the 10th, just under 2 weeks ago, we marked Commonwealth Day, where we commemorated the sacrifice from those from all corners of the world who lost their lives serving alongside Britain. They served in the naval, land, and air forces of the Commonwealth and Empire in the two great wars. These servicemen and women stood by Britain and paid the ultimate sacrifice in our times of greatest need. They made that sacrifice in the name of freedom, justice, and self-determination. These are the words of the Atlantic Charter, signed on behalf of the whole world by the President of the United States and the Prime Minister of Great Britain, Franklin Roosevelt and Winston Churchill. In a world with shifting political alliances, we need to remember those values today more than we have ever needed to remember them since. Freedom, justice, and self-determination. These are the values we honor today and the men who died for them. This year particularly, as we look to the 80th anniversary of VJ Day, we reflect on the extraordinary courage, tenacity, and endurance of those soldiers, not only from British India, but also the West Indies and from across Africa, who defended us and were victorious over Imperial Japan. It is very fashionable today to somehow see these servicemen and women as victims, but they had agency. They stepped forward to serve, and it is this that we are also honoring today. Whereas in Britain, conscription was introduced midway through the First World War in 1916 and throughout the Second World War, soldiers in the Punjab and the Empire at large were volunteers. We give thanks today for that urge to stand up and be counted and to be prepared to fight so far from home in the cause of freedom. I'm going to give the names of these 10 men because I think it's important that we remember them. From the 15th Ludhiana Sikhs, Lance Naik Mangal Singh of Patiala, Indian Order of Merit, 2nd class. Sepoy Lal Singh of Patiala, IDSM. Sepoy Sucha Singh of Patiala, IDSM. He was wounded in action. And Sepoy Sampuran Singh of Firozpur, IDSM, also wounded. From the 19th Punjabis, Sepoy Saren Singh of Sialkot, IDSM, killed in action. Sepoy Harnam Singh of Hoshiarpur, IDSM, killed in action. Sepoy Sundar Singh of Amritsar and Sepoy Ganda Singh of Amritsar, both IDSM and both wounded. From the 45th Rattray Sikhs, Sepoy Fateh Singh of Patiala, IDSM, wounded in action, and Sepoy Ujagar Singh of Lahore, IDSM, wounded in action. These 10 men are part of a previously unseen archive of 320,000 service records, classified by village, of Punjabis from pre-partition Punjab who fought in the First World War, that we at the UK Punjab Heritage Association are currently digitizing with the help of University of Greenwich and the National Army Museum and the Commonwealth War Grave Commission. We're making these records available to everybody because this should become public knowledge. We have combatants, non-combatants, all ranks, not just Subadars but sepoys, and those who were killed in action, as well as those who returned home. And currently we have 2 PhD students also analyzing this huge archive. Many are not aware of we heard earlier that 1.5 million Indians fought in the First World War, but through this archive we can link these men to particular villages, and many are not aware of the individual villages' contribution. From my village, there was 128 men. That's a village called Panjor in Hoshiarpur. 128 men fought in the First World War, including my great-grandfather, Subadar Major Bawa Singh, from the 23rd Sikh Pioneers. He's on page 3 or 4 of a booklet that you have with you, which the chairman has very kindly included before we knew each other. It was a coincidence. And talking of Chairman Tim, when he became aware of the 21 men from his village called Bullard in Jalandhar, he inaugurated a memorial plaque in the village, in the village school. And this, in doing so, the men have returned full circle back to their ancestral village, serving as a constant reminder of their immeasurable service and sacrifice, and why we shall never forget their names. And finally, I wish to thank the Sikh Soldier Organisation on this prestigious King's Award. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much to Dr. Tejpal Ralmil. Now, before we commence with the King's Award, we have one more speech. I'd like to invite Gary Singh from Colour of My Skin to share a few words, please.
Hi, I'm from Colour of My Skin, which promotes diversity and anti-racism in all walks of life. And with what we've heard from our distinguished guests, it's really, really good to see that the Sikh soldiers are being honoured in the way they are. Because the Colour of My Skin, when the two great wars were active, it didn't matter what colour of our skin was. Everyone was needed on the front line. And going forward, that was in the past. But where comms comes now for the future is to show that going forward, we're all one. Whether we are white, black, brown, the colour of my skin should never be an obstacle in achieving our goals. And with the grace of God, we are so proud of the Sikh Soldier Organisation of what they've achieved. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me so much pleasure to be able to present the King's Award for Voluntary Service. I always say that because it's an item and I have to hand it to a person, the award is not for an individual, it's for the group as a whole and everyone associated with that group. So everyone in this room this evening, everyone who's ever been associated with the Sikh Soldier Organisation, this award is for you. And what I'd like to do is read the words on this certificate, this scroll, which goes with the award. So you can come and have a look at this later on, but in the top right-hand corner, it is signed by His Majesty King Charles III. And this is what it says. Charles III, by the grace of God, of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, and of our other realms and territories, King, Defender of the Faith, to the Sikh Soldier Organisation, raising awareness of Sikh and Commonwealth military contributions, with all remembered and honoured. Greeting. We, being cognizant of the said group's outstanding voluntary work in the community and being desirous of showing our royal favour, do hereby confer upon it the King's Award for voluntary service by groups in the community 2024. It explains that this award lasts forever. It doesn't have a fixed time period. And finally, given at our Court of St. James under our Royal Sign Manual this 14th day of November 2024 in the second year of our reign. So I think that deserves some applause. And now the award. Now I'm standing here quite relaxed holding this, but it's actually a very heavy and valuable piece of glass. And I always feel a great sense of relief when I've handed this over. So Tim, no pressure, but it gives me enormous pleasure to present the King's Award for Voluntary Service. Thank you. Be careful because it's very heavy. All right.
There's no event without a technical error. And in members of enjoining order, Jaswant Chatter. Japinder Singh Bains. Gurdeep Tung. Jagdish Bulla. Rajan Samra. Ravinda Samra. Jagjit Singh Sodhi. Harpreet Kaur Sodhi. Kuldeep Ra. Jaginder Kola. Popsy Singh. And finally, Pam Suman. And while you guys are on stage, it's only right we take one big group photograph. Could I please request Kevin Sharp to the stage, please?